Hey everyone, for today's video we're going to be reviewing HOLA Prime. As you can see, I've already reviewed their futures trading before, and I also explained the instant funding plan they offer, but for this video and really check what plans they're actually offering right now. So yeah, HOLA Prime has been on the radar for quite a while now, especially among newer traders who are looking for more accessible funding options. But here in 2026, the real question is pretty simple, right? Is HOLA Prime still worth trading with, or has it fallen behind as the prop firm space keeps evolving and getting more competitive? That's something a lot of traders are quietly wondering, and honestly, it's worth talking about. In this review, guys, I'll break down how HOLA Prime stacks up today, what's changed, and whether it still makes sense for traders right now. So yeah, if you look here, HOLA Prime actually has two main trading offers. They have Forex trading, and they also have futures trading. If you want to dive deeper into the futures side, I already covered that in a previous video, so you can check that out anytime. They also offer different platforms to choose from: MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, CTrader, MatchTrader, DXTrade, TradeLocker. Now, one thing that really stands out here is their reputation. If you look at Trustpilot, that HOLA Prime has an excellent rating, sitting at around 4.5 stars, which is honestly pretty impressive, especially considering they're still a relatively new prop firm. That kind of feedback definitely grabs attention and makes you curious to look deeper. But yeah, if you look a bit deeper, you'll actually see that a lot of traders have already been paid here, and the company itself is based in Hong Kong. You can verify all of this directly on Trustpilot, where pretty much everything about HOLA Prime is laid out publicly. That kind of transparency matters, especially in the prop firm space where trust is a big deal. So yeah, going back to their website, you'll notice that HOLA Prime really highlights what they call one of the best payout processes for traders. They're offering 1-hour payouts, which is honestly something you don't see very often, and most prop firms don't even come close to that speed. On top of that, they support traders from more than 175 countries. Account sizes go up to $300,000, and you can actually get started for as low as $38, which is pretty accessible. Now, when you scroll further, you'll see that HOLA Prime offers two main account types, and that's Forex trading and futures trading. We'll talk more about that 1-hour payout feature later on, because that's a big selling point here. For now though, we're going to focus mainly on the Forex side, since that's where most traders usually start. So before we go deeper, quick reminder, I do have my link in the description below. That link gives you a discounted price on their challenge. So if you're planning to get an account, yeah, definitely use that because it saves you some money. It's a simple step, but honestly, it helps a lot, especially if you're just getting started. So yeah, to get an account, you'll need to head over to their website first. Once you're there, you'll notice they offer a few different plans, and this is where people usually get confused. So let me slow it down and explain it properly. They have the Pro Challenge, the Prime Challenge, and the Direct Account, and I'll break each one down clearly. All right, let's start with the Pro Challenge. This one is mainly designed for day traders, and you'll actually see that written clearly on the website. The leverage here goes up to 100, but news trading is not allowed, and weekend holding is also not allowed, especially once you reach the funded phase. They do offer up to 95% rewards, and you also get a 100% challenge fee refund, which is a nice bonus if you pass. Now, moving on to the Prime Challenge, because this is where a lot of people mix things up. So yeah, the Prime Challenge is more suitable for swing traders, especially those who want to hold trades longer. The leverage here goes up to 30, but the big difference is that news trading is allowed, and weekend holding is also allowed under the Prime plans. You still get up to 95% rewards and a 100% challenge fee refund, which honestly makes this plan very attractive for swing traders. Now let's talk about the Direct Account, which is their instant funding option. I've already covered this in more detail in my previous video, but I'll still explain it briefly here for clarity. This account does not require any evaluation at all, so there's no profit target you need to hit before getting funded. You can earn from day one, there are no minimum trading days, leverage goes up to 30, and you can get up to 90% rewards, which is solid for an instant funding account. So yeah, those are the main challenge types. But now let's look at the markets they actually offer. They have Forex, futures, and crypto plans available. For this video though, we're gonna focus more on the Forex plans, since that's what most people watching are usually interested in. Alright, so under the Forex plans, they actually offer multiple account types depending on your trading style. You'll see the 1-Step Pro, which is a single-stage evaluation, and then the 2-Step Pro, which is a 2-stage evaluation, both mainly suited for day traders. Then for swing traders, they offer the 1-Step Prime and 2-Step Prime, and they even have a 3-Step Prime option if you prefer a more structured evaluation process. And finally, you'll also see the Direct Account listed here again, which is the instant funding option with no evaluation required. So yeah, once you understand how these plans are structured, everything starts to make a lot more sense. The key is knowing which plan fits your trading style instead of jumping between rules from different plans and getting confused. All right, so now let's actually take a closer look at the 1-Step Pro plan. With this one, you can trade account sizes starting from $2,000 all the way up to $300,000, which honestly gives a lot of flexibility depending on your budget and risk tolerance. That range alone makes it appealing for both newer traders and more experienced ones. So yeah, when it comes to platforms, they actually give you quite a few options here. You can choose from MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, TradeLocker, DXTrade, CTrader, and also MatchTrader, so you're not really locked into just one setup. That's nice, because everyone has their own preference when it comes to execution and charting. Now, let's talk about payouts, because this part matters a lot. The payout request options here are 65% for weekly payouts, 80% for bi-weekly payouts, and up to 95% for monthly payouts. So yeah, depending on how patient you are and how you want your cash flow structured, you can choose what works best for you. All right, so for the One Step Pro, you become funded once you hit a profit target of 10%. The maximum monthly payout goes up to 95%, but of course that depends on the payout option you select during checkout. The key thing here is that you must stay within the rules while aiming for that target. Now, risk management is where a lot of people mess up, so listen carefully here. The daily loss limit is 3% and the maximum overall loss limit is 6%, so you really need to be disciplined. On top of that, you're required to hit that 10% profit target to actually pass and get funded. So yeah, you'll also notice on the checkout page that they're currently offering 50% off for this account. That discount can really bring the price down, especially if you're going for a larger account size. It's definitely something worth taking advantage of. All right, let's move into the trading rules for the One Step Pro, because this is where people usually get confused. There is an inactivity rule here, meaning you need to place at least one trade within 3 calendar days to keep your account active. If you don't, your account can be flagged or closed, so don't ignore that. As I mentioned earlier, the daily loss limit is 3%, the maximum loss is 6%, the profit target is 10%, and you need at least 2 minimum trading days. There's also a consistency requirement of 25%, which means you can't make all your profit in just one lucky trade. This is something a lot of traders overlook. Now, when it comes to news trading, this is important. News trading is allowed during the challenge phase for pro accounts, but execution is not allowed within 5 minutes before or 5 minutes after high impact news. However, HOLA Prime account traders can hold trades at any time, which is a key difference people need to understand. Weekend holding is allowed during phase 1 and phase 2 of pro challenges, and overnight holding is permitted across all challenge and HOLA Prime accounts. So yeah, you just need to be aware of which phase you're in and which plan you're using. Also, make sure your risk per trade does not exceed 2% of the account size. If you violate this, it can result in a hard breach, and that means instant account termination. So yeah, risk control really matters here. All right, now let's move on to the two-step pro plan. This one also offers account sizes from $2,000 up to $200,000. The available platforms here are MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, DXTrade, CTrader, and MatchTrader, but TradeLocker is not included in this plan. The payout structure is similar, with up to 95% profit split for monthly payouts. The difference here is that this is a 2-stage evaluation. You need to hit an 8% profit target in phase 1 and a 5% profit target in phase 2 to pass. Now, for the loss limits, you need to pay attention. The daily loss limit here is 5% and the maximum overall loss is 8%. You also need at least 2 minimum trading days in each phase, so again, consistency matters. News trading is allowed during the challenge, but execution is restricted within 5 minutes before and after high impact news. HOLA Prime traders, however, can still hold trades during these times. So yeah, same concept, but different permissions depending on the plan. All right, now let's talk about the One Step Prime, which is designed more for swing traders. You can trade up to $300,000 here, and the platforms include MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, TradeLocker, DXTrade, CTrader, and MatchTrader. This plan gives you more flexibility overall. The payout options here include bi-weekly payouts at 80%, monthly payouts at 95%, and even on-demand payouts at 80%. To pass this plan, you need to hit a 10% profit target with a daily loss limit of 3% and a maximum loss of 6%. Now, here's where Prime really stands out. There are no restrictions on trading during news events, and traders can execute and exit trades freely during high-impact news. Weekend holding is allowed, overnight holding is allowed, and you can trade 24/7 without needing to close positions before the weekend. Just remember, the risk per trade still cannot exceed 2% on funded or direct accounts. If you break this rule, it's considered a hard breach and your account will be terminated. Next up is the two-step Prime. This one allows account sizes up to $200,000 and uses the same platforms as the one-step Prime. The payout options remain strong with on-demand payouts at 80% and monthly payouts at 95%. This is a 2-stage evaluation with an 8% profit target in phase 1 and a 5% target in phase 2. The daily loss limit is 5% and the maximum overall loss is 8%. There's also running 40% off promotion, which makes this plan much cheaper right now. You simply click Get Funded, register your information, choose your platform, and apply the discount code at checkout. That discount can significantly reduce the upfront cost, so yeah, don't forget to use it. All right, so for the two-step prime, this is a two-stage evaluation, meaning you need to pass both phase 1 and phase 2 before getting funded. In phase 1, you're required to hit a profit target of 8%, and then in phase 2, the profit target drops to 5%. It's designed to test both performance and consistency, not just one lucky run. Now, for minimum trading activity, you're required to trade for at least 3 trading days to be eligible to pass. Now, here's one of the biggest advantages of the prime plans. News trading is fully allowed, meaning you can execute and close trades during high impact news events without restrictions. On top of that, weekend holding is allowed and overnight holding is also permitted, which makes this plan ideal for swing traders. There's also a risk per trade rule you need to be aware of. So overall, the two-step prime is really built for traders who want flexibility, especially if you trade news, hold over the weekend, or keep positions open overnight. As long as you respect the loss limits and stay consistent, this plan gives you a lot more freedom compared to the pro challenges. Now let's talk about the 3-step challenge. Account sizes range from $10,000 up to $200,000. The payout structure remains the same, with bi-weekly, on-demand, and monthly payouts up to 95%. You'll need to pass 3 phases here with profit targets of 5% for phase 1 and 5% for phase 2 and 5% for phase 3. The daily loss limit is 5% and the maximum overall loss is also 5%. News trading, weekend holding, and overnight holding are all allowed under this plan. Finally, let's talk about the direct account, which is the instant funding option. You can trade up to $100,000 and all platforms are available, including MetaTrader, TradeLocker, DXTrade, CTrader, and MatchTrader. This account has no profit target at all, which is why a lot of people like it. This one has bi-weekly payout of 80%, or you can also choose bi-weekly payout of 90%. The daily loss limit is 3% with a trailing drawdown of 5%. There are no minimum trading days, but there is a consistency requirement of 15%. News trading execution is restricted within 5 minutes before and after high impact news, and weekend holding is not allowed for direct accounts. If you breach these rules, especially news execution or weekend holding, it's considered a hard breach and will result in account closure. And overnight holding is also permitted. So yeah, instant funding comes with stricter discipline requirements. Right now, the direct account also has a 30% discount. You just need to enter your email, apply the discount code, choose your payout cycle, either 90% or 80%, and complete the checkout process. Once that's done, you're good to go. Now, speaking of payouts, HOLA Prime has already paid out more than $3 million so far, which is pretty impressive. They have over 20,000 traders worldwide and support more than 10 trading platforms. You can actually see all of this information directly on their site, along with recent payout proofs showing traders who've already been paid. When you scroll through it, you'll notice there are quite a lot of traders consistently receiving payouts. So yeah, one thing I definitely recommend is following their social media pages. That way, you stay updated on announcements, promotions, and any changes they roll out. This is especially important because HOLA Prime has also secured an ISO license, which means they're a properly licensed firm. That adds an extra layer of credibility and helps confirm that this is a legitimate trading company you can actually work with. On their website, you can also check out everything else they offer, like the different plans, trading details, one-on-one coaching, and more. When it comes to trading rules, you'll find all the details laid out clearly, including you'll also see plenty of payout proof and funded trader certificates with traders sharing their payouts and funded status. That really helps show that traders are actually getting paid here. And yeah, if you want to stay even more updated, you can join their Discord community where they post running promotions and updates on accounts and offers. So yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up our review of HOLA Prime's Forex category. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. Please don't forget to support the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.